So what actually made you first decide you wanted to foster?
I think that really goes back to when I was at school and I had my best friend that used to be fostered, but she didn't have a particularly nice time.
She was your best friend, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was. And then when we moved to the farmhouse, and we ended up having all the bedrooms free.
And at that time, it was just me, and we didn't even have my brother yet.
That's right. So I then thought, shall we foster?
Yeah.
So that's how we come to really do it. And obviously that was a lengthy progress. And
yeah, I remember that bit being quite long. We kind of had the conversation as a family.
Yeah.
And then it was it was a commitment, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
And it went on for quite a while.
Yeah, and by the time we actually became foster carers, I'd actually had Kyle by then. So,
you kind of started off doing it as well, thinking it'd be nice for me to have people, and then we had a huge surprise with my brother. And then before we knew it, there was a third person.
There was another surprise because we took on the first little 2-year-old girl. So,
So our first ever fostering experience was with our, I call her my sister. She's been with us since she was 2 years old, and she's 17 now, which is crazy. Yeah. And she's just been part of the family, isn't she?
That's right. And then from there we started taking on other children. Some of them have been long term, and some of them have been slightly shorter.
Yeah. At the moment, there's 3 foster children within our house, and then me and my brother. I just think the most important and the best thing for me and Kyle has been this. It's kind of been this platform where we've learnt so much about every type of person there is. So it's really set us up even from going to school and to uni, because we understand a bit more about every child's background and behaviours and why people act certain ways, and we're much more understanding.
Yeah, definitely. How did you feel about growing up in a fostering home?
I mean, I loved it. It was the first kind of child coming. I guess it was a bit weird at first. It was somebody new in your family, and it changes everything. It does. But I always felt it was for the better. There was a new personality coming in, and you'd learn so much about each person in general and how they work, their behaviour and their backgrounds and a different culture. It was always someone new and entirely different that you completely learn how to live with, and there was always something exciting happening. Like, friends would always love coming to our house, didn't they? Because it was a fun house. There was always 4 or 5 of us children, and majority of the time we all got on really, really well. You had normal, typical sibling bickers, but we had a great time, I think. And
So what about when they left? How did that make you feel when you got close to them?
I mean, it was always, the first couple that had been there for a few years, it was really hard, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We'd be stood there all on the driveway waving and crying as they left. But at the same time, it was something really nice to see how they'd completely grown and progressed since joining our family.
Yeah.
And the influence we had as a family on them, it was kind of made me proud to see. And when they come back and visit us now, it's just, I feel really lucky to have this huge extended family.
Yeah.
I mean, people get so confused when I'm like, oh, my sister, my other brother. And they're like, I thought you only had one brother. And I've got so many. I feel really lucky to have that, because they're these close bonds that we'll carry with us for the whole of our lives.
That's right, yeah.